Good morning once again, students. This morning we are going to talk about data gathering procedure. So as I have mentioned, this is a part of your chapter 3 wherein you will execute all the things that you have written in your research paper. So it includes here a procedure, a flow of events where you will follow in order for you to have a guide to have um, the correct arrangement of the things that need to be accomplished in executing your research. So to begin with, we have discussed last meeting research instrument or the ways how you will do it. Now, the first step in data gathering procedure is our validation of questionnaire. So you really have to make sure that your instrument is validated by our experts. So we need 3 validators to confirm your instrument is valid and reliable and can answer the statement of the problem. So you have to submit this questionnaire to the experts before we will proceed with ethics certification. You have to make sure your instrument is ready during our research proposal because it is also included on the things that our panelists have to make sure your questionnaire is ready upon proposal defense because initially the panel members will review it, and then after the technical defense, you will turn it over to the panel of experts or the panel of validator. So the panel members during the technical proposal defense is different from our validators. They are different experts. So the second set of experts will just validate the content of your research instrument or your research questionnaire. If you are going to employ qualitative design, the validator will check if the questions or the guide questions for your interview will fit to the things that you want to observe or will fit to the things that you want to know about the group, about the individual, and about the phenomenon that you are studying. Now, if your research instrument is about quantitative or it's under quantitative research design, the validator will check if the content is correct, if the number of questions are enough, and if it will generate reliable data. So after the validation of questionnaire, we are now sure that the paper is scientifically sound because it has already undergone technical defense and validation of questionnaire. So after our validation of questionnaire, we will going to have our paper certified by the Ethics Review Committee. So in our university, we have an institutional ethics review committee, which is accredited by the national body called FREB. We have level 2 accreditation. We will submit our paper to the review ethics committee and have it certified if our paper is ethically sound. Now, after we can receive the certification or after we have been certified by the Research Ethics Committee, we will now send out the permission letters. So the permission letters will be sent out to the establishment, to the universities, to the group of people that you have to seek for approval in order to conduct the data gathering process. Right? So for example, your population belongs in Barangay 5A. So you need to submit letter to the barangay captain or you need to submit letter to the head of the group to ask permission. Okay? To ask permission that you will send out or you will hand over or you will send through online questionnaires. For example, your population or your respondents are students, then you have to follow the protocol of the university they are enrolled in. So if they are enrolled in UIC, you have to check what is the procedure in place for of data gathering that involves students. In other universities or in other school, they may have different protocol. So you have to review, you have to ask what is the specific protocol so you can follow and send out the permission letters. Another, if your respondents belong to hospitals, if they're employees, so they might be confidentiality issues, you have to ask permission to the administrators, and also you have to check what are the clause of their confidentiality agreement so that your respondents, the employees of the hospital or any other establishments, will not be subject for any derogatory actions. Okay? So once you will be approved, all letters sent out and are approved by the head of the institution, you are now ready for data gathering or data collection. So the word data collection may imply that you will go out to the community. But right now in our situation, you are not allowed to go to different sites. You will just have to perform online data collection where you will utilize Google Forms. You will put there your questionnaire, or you will utilize Google Meet where you will talk to your respondents. See to it that before you do the data collection, you will have the informed consent signed by the respondents. The informed consent will be given to you from the ethics committee together with your ethics certification. So after the informed consent being signed, you are now ready to gather the data that you need to gather. So you have to give a time frame in your data collection. It may last 2 to 3 days or a week. You may send the Google link, the Google Meet link, or the Google Form link to your respondents, and they may access it within the week. And you may close it afterwards and just gather all the data that was recorded in your Google Form or your online platform, whatever it is that you want to use. So if you have already the data on hand, it's now the it's now time to tally the data. You have to tally it according to your statement of the problem, or you have to arrange it accordingly. So for qualitative data, you have to transcribe the recording. When you say transcribe from the recorded conversation, you have to write it down, you have to type it, transcribe it verbatim. So that is necessary later on for thematic analysis. Now, for quantitative data, you will generate an Excel file or a worksheet to tally or to arrange the numerical values that you have gathered from the Google form that you have sent them. Okay, so once all of these data are tallied, the last part of our data gathering procedure is the processing. So we have two types of processing. First, if you are doing or if you are using qualitative data, then you have to do thematic analysis. From the recording, you will transcribe it and then you will do the thematic analysis. Now, for the quantitative data, you are going to use the worksheet or the Excel file and submit it into a software or a statistical software and apply the correct, accurate statistical treatment or statistical procedure that will help you generate correct answer based on your statement of the problem. Okay? After that one, you are already given with the findings of your research. You all have now finished the data gathering procedure. Okay, but you're not done yet with your research. When you already have the results from the statistical treatment or the thematic analysis, you will interpret the results. This is the last part of our data gathering procedure, the thematic analysis or statistical treatment part. Now, usually from the validation of questionnaire till the final result here in the thematic analysis part, it takes 2 to 3 months. So that's very crucial in our planning. So you have to make sure everything is in place so that we will not extend. Now, the second part of our agenda this morning is the technical format of research writing or the paper itself. I will just show this to you. So I will upload it in our classroom. I'm showing you guys right now the formatting. We have here the margin, the title, how many spaces, how many underscores. This is called the title page. And this one is your names here. So this is arranged, you are 3 members in the group. This is arranged alphabetically, not according to contribution, okay? So it's arranged alphabetically. Table of contents. So I have here a table of content for quantitative research format, okay? So you just find what is your format. We have the quanti. So this part here, guys, table of contents, list of tables, list of figures. So these tables might be the table of your results later on. The figures can be flow chart that is necessary to be in your paper. And then chapter 1, introduction. Chapter 2, review of related literature. So for the chapter 1, so this is the content of introduction. And chapter 2, you just follow the sectioning according to your title. So you can arrange it according to how you compose your title. Okay? So the sectioning here, it depends on the content. The last part, methodology. So we have already discussed research design, research local, research respondent, instrument, data gathering procedure. Now the last section, the statistical tools and the ethical consideration, this will be discussed in our final term. And we have chapter 4 and 5. So for now, we can start with your references and appendices. You have the permission letters, questionnaires, validation, and your curriculum vitae. So you just check it out later on and then apply it to your study.